Hey guys, it's Kelly at Garden Discovery, and I'm here with a special guest, Lexi Lou. Oh no,
Oh no.
that's her dog. I'm here with Plant Patty, my mom, Patty. Say hi,
Hello.
Mom.
Hi,
And we're
Mom.
just talking gardening. She just got here from Montana yesterday, day
2
before
days ago.
yesterday. And how was your drive?
My drive was awesome, long, but awesome.
And she hates California traffic, just so
I
you
do.
know, for the
So
record.
you know.
So you started visiting nurseries with Aunt Joanne, who lives here,
I
Mom's
did.
sister, and you guys got into the succulent craze there for a while.
We went crazy. We visited all kinds of succulent stores here. I went crazy because when you try to buy succulents in Montana, they have a very few that they sell, and most of them don't survive the winter. So you have to put them in the house, and it's hard because then you have to have them by a window, and if the light isn't well enough, then they're not going to survive. So
we're really spoiled here in California, at least where I live in Zone 9B, the Central Coast of Monterey. We can pretty much grow succulents outside. Some of them need to be under the overhangs or under trees or something so that the frost doesn't get them when there is frost, but that's few and far between. The aeoniums don't really like the freeze as much, so you have to cover them. They will come back though. I mean, they'll freeze off and they'll look horrible, but they will come back.
They will come back.
We're pretty spoiled here in California as far as succulents.
I can grow sedum and sempervivum. A lot of people know hens and chicks. They will survive the winter and come back and be beautiful. So that's just basically the only succulents I try to grow.
And she had a greenhouse for a while and it was heated, and then what happened?
I have a working greenhouse, and I tried to winter over some my beautiful succulents. I must have had 100 that I brought back from California when my sister and I were going crazy. And we went on a trip, and my power went out, which is not uncommon where we live. And I don't have a backup plan like a generator. So
you lost everything.
I lost about 97% of.
And and you pretty much gave up at that point. As far as this year, you have a little Boho Corner,
I do,
as you call it, your Boho Corner.
I do.
It's a very colorful little deck patio area.
Yes, I have a pretty large deck out toward the back, and there's one area where I had a spa at one time, and I got rid of the spa, and I had the place there, and I'm going, this would be perfect little area, but I just, and so all of a sudden I was looking on Pinterest, and I saw this wooden structure that had planters built on it. And so I had an area that faced out to the road, and I thought, well, I kind of want to cover that up. So I had some friends of my son and daughter-in-law, and they do things like this. So they built me a wall, and it's just wood and with slats, very easy to do for them. And I have built-in planters on there.
I did a short that if you go to my playlist and look for Montana Boho, Montana Boho or something, you can see the little area. It's very colorful, really cute, and it's a great idea and not too hard to do.
And
I have people, so try that if you're like that boho, really bright colors.
I have a table. I have a table, and it's like an iron table. It's real heavy, and I have it painted. Is it yellow? I can't remember now. Yellow, and then I have the chairs with it that are painted orange, blue, red, and then the boards and the planters are like a wash of those colors.
It's just a fun area.
Yeah, and then I have a rug there, and then I have different planters around it. So it's really eye-catching.
Check out the short, and you can see that it's really a cute area. I like it. So you had some proven winners, super tunias, I think they were.
They were awesome this year. I don't have the exact name of them, but they're beautiful, and they lasted. We had our first snow 2 weeks ago, about a foot of snow, and of course then they're gone, and so were the geraniums. But
they were pretty spectacular. And it was just one or two?
Pardon?
One or two little containers, or what?
No, I planted about 4 in that one area, and they just overhang, and they're just gorgeous. And
It wasn't viburnum though. It
No.
was super petunias, probably.
Yeah. And,
They were purple?
Purple.
Yeah, they were really pretty.
And I saved a little tag so I can go back to the same place
Save
and get
your
them next
tags.
year.
Always save your tags if it's a winner. So you watch the videos faithfully.
Faithfully. I watch
You learn
them.
anything?
Well, no, not really. Because I know it all.
She knows
no,
it all.
I do not know it all, but I know about the flowers, most of the flowers. Lavender has not been my friend, but it has
Lavender is hard for me too. I struggle with lavender. It's I do have some I had come up from seed, and
Yes.
I'll show you later. And it's maybe starting it from seed is the key to let it naturalize into the soil.
You know, we were talking about nothing was out here. It was all nothing, but yet you had your cactus, your big. That's big,
and
mama.
the cactus patch is still a
Cactus
big
patch.
feature in the garden. It really is. It
And when it
stands
blooms,
out. It really stands
Oh.
out and up.
it's a
And my sister lives in Washington State now, but she was in Montana. She moved recently. But my little brother, who's 6'1", 2,
2, 3.
my little brother, who's like this, towering over me, still lives in Montana in Missoula, and he sent this.
Close.
Just a close up. Isn't that cute? Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Angie. So, Mom, we have a lot of projects that you are going to be here for a couple months that you can help me with.
Oh dear. I'm not a builder.
Remember, we're going to expand the rock garden because of Big Mama, and she's kind of taking over, and so we need to give it a little bit more room.
Yes.
Going to make the little one and the big one all together, and so you can help me with that.
I remember.
It just means moving some rocks around,
Yes.
adding soil and some more succulents, and trying to find some rocks somewhere. That's a hard part for me.
It isn't hard for me at all. I can go out I have 5 acres, and I go rock digging because there's rocks in the soil that, you know, they will come up
We're talking
as it rains.
decorative rocks for the rock garden. And I had to go to my Aunt Joanne's property where she lived at the time to find some, and it's really sandstone, so it's not going to hold up forever. It will dissolve eventually.
I have a rock pile.
What I do have.
I should have brought her some rocks. I didn't even think of it.
I love rock gardens though, and I love succulents and the cactus and that kind of thing. But when I planted Big Mama, she was what? She was like this. She's huge now.
I can't even see her. Where is she?
She's taken over.
Oh,
you can't see anything past her. So one of the projects that I have is those 2, they're leucospurnum rainbows, shrubs that you gave me, and I put in these huge pots, but I'm ready to take them out and put them in the ground because I do have one in the ground, and the gophers haven't bothered it. It's been 2 years, yeah. And it's thriving. It's doing really well. And so I want to put the other ones in the ground. But that's something, because the containers are so big, to try and do on your own would be a nightmare.
The limbs, they're so soft. And that's what drew me to them when I bought them. And then I thought, I can't grow these in Montana. I took them home with me, and I had them for a summer. And I brought them back this winter because they're not going to survive. And they're just so soft and beautiful.
Yeah, I'll take the camera and show you. So this is the plant, one of the plants, and it's just so soft. The texture, it's really neat.
I think.
So Mom was here when we started the rock garden, and you helped me at the very beginning, and I'm not sure I still have any pictures of that. If I can find some, I'll put some on the video. But yeah, she was here and we did the rock garden, started together.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And we did a lot of projects. We've done a lot of projects. We painted this shed, two sides of it together last year or the year before.
Well, it's been a few years.
Yeah. So we do a lot of gardening projects. when you're here, and she's usually here 2, 3, 4 months
4
sometimes.
months.
Having an animal, do you worry about what she might get into as far as eating and getting poisoned from certain plants?
No, not really. I did just remember in California, I lived here for many years. I've lived in Montana for about 28 years now, but the oleander, which I'm sure if you're in California, you know what that is. They usually plant them by the expressways, because they do have a beautiful flower, but they are very toxic.
And a lot of people aren't aware that there are a lot of plants that are toxic to cats and dogs, and you really have to be careful to watch your animals, and so you know where they are at all times, because cats and dogs both will chew on plants, and it can be fatal to them, and you definitely don't want that to happen. So watch your animals when you're outside and they're out with you. Really important.
And also, usually when you buy a plant, it will tell you if it's toxic or not, which is good.
And these days you got Google at your fingertips or browsers. You can find out about plants if they're toxic to animals and humans. There's ones that you don't want to mess with as well. Big Mama, I have to be careful. I got some of the milk sap in my eye once. Had to just wash it out. But really dangerous. So I don't cut back Big Mama without goggles on anymore. Right. Goggles, gloves. Yeah.
You learn the hard way.
Fun. So yeah, you do learn. So let's talk about what the garden looked like when it started.
No, let's not, because it was nothing in her backyard that was pretty. I mean, they kind of just did not go in the backyard. And I often came and I would think myself, oh, I could do that, I could do this, and it didn't happen. So
it was hard packed dirt and weeds, and that's what it was. And I've worked really hard the last few years.
Why did you start? How did you?
I needed to be outside. Outside is good for me. It's good for my soul and my spirit. And so I just needed to be outside more, and I got into gardening. My Aunt Joanne helped me get started with succulents. Thanks, Aunt Joanne. And it just grew from there. And I kept saying, okay, this section is the last section I'm going to do. And I just kept building on and on and on. And now it's out of control and I can't even keep up with it.
I told her to start going downhill. She could do that, but nope.
I am not. Yeah, we're talking about the cactus patch, and sometimes sections do, because it gets top heavy, break off, and you can take those very carefully. You have to protect your hands. You can take those little pieces that break off and stick them in the soil, and they will root and grow very easily. In fact, be careful where you put them.
And the blooms, how big do you think? They're saucer.
The blooms are like this big around. They're
gorgeous,
white, and they're just really big. And I get fruit. I get fruit from that cactus patch too. And the fruit, I've tried it because I wanted to see what it tastes like. I like dragon fruit, maybe, or
so it's good.
Kiwi-ish. Yeah, it was good. I mean, I don't know that I would have it every day because I'm not a huge fruit fan. Never have been. But it's good. It's definitely edible.
Good.
Yeah. So this is what we do when you come: is we spend 3-4 months of where should we go to buy plants today thing.
Well, we're going to Carmel Valley on Tuesday, right?
Mother, they're not supposed to know where we're going.
You'll cut that out.
So thanks for joining us here in the garden today. We're talking plants with Patty, and really enjoyed the talk and comparing gardening in Montana versus gardening in California, talking about the different types of plants that we like, protecting our animals. What else did we cover?
Boho, my boho.
And so like, share, subscribe, and we will be coming to you again soon from a town near me. We got to go visit another town, our fifth town in the 5-week challenge. And so we will see you then. Bye.
Bye.